Welcome back to the hood. You're watching Tech Decipher. Let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to see how we can install PiXEN OS in XIAOMI Poco F1, which is based on Android 10. PiXEN OS is a cocktail of 3 ROMs together. The ROM PiXEN OS has been blended with Pixel Experience, Nitrogen OS and Oxygen OS. In this ROM, you will get the look of Pixel Experience and you will find the stability of Nitrogen OS and some handful feature of Oxygen OS. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the video. So what are the required files for today's video? Well, you just need an unlocked bootloader, plus you just need a TWRP or a custom recovery installed. Next, about the required file for today's video, you just need these 3 files. The first one is the firmware file, next the magic zip 20.4 in case you want root, and the last one is PiXEN OS ROM. Okay, so before we start, I want to add something that watch this video until the end. I will be covering a controversy regarding this PiXEN OS ROM, so don't miss out. Once you have downloaded all the required files, next what you have to do is go to your settings and go to your lock screen settings. If you have any security feature turned on like a pin or a password, just turn them off and remove every screen protection feature which might be turned on in your case. Once you have removed all the pin and password, what you have to do is go back again and head to account section. If you have any accounts still logged in, you have to log them out first. If you are using MIUI, then you have to remove the XIAOMI account too. Once you have removed all the accounts, let's head back to installation. First thing what you need to do is turn off your device. Once the device shuts down, you have to reboot your phone into recovery mode. For that, you have to press volume up plus power button together. Volume up plus power. After rebooting into recovery, the first thing which you have to do is go to wipe and go to advanced wipe and select the partitions to wipe. You have to select Delve cache, system, vendor, data. You have to select these 5 partitions and wipe them. For wiping them, you just have to swipe to wipe. After the wipe completes, you just have to go back from here, go to install and select firmware file. You have to select the 11.0.8 firmware file. You have to just select it and flash it. For flashing it, just swipe it and it will flash it into your phone. Once the firmware flash complete, next what you have to do is go back from here, go to reboot and then recovery. If you see a prompt like no OS install or if you want to reboot, you just have to swipe to reboot. It will boot your phone into your recovery mode again. Once your device boots up back into recovery, next thing what you need to do is go to install and select the ROM file. You have to select the PiXEN OS zip file and just flash it. Once the ROM flash completes, what you need to do is go back from here and click on reboot and click on system. Let's wait until the ROM boots up. One more crucial information about this ROM is that this ROM does not boot up at its first boot. You will notice that your phone is stuck at its boot animation. So this is just a minor issue about this ROM. So if you are facing this problem and your phone is stuck at boot animation, what you need to do is you just have to hard reboot your phone. For hard rebooting your phone, what you need to do is just hold the power button until your phone reboots back. And this time your ROM will surely boot up. Okay, so our ROM has booted up into the system UI. So this is the setup screen. Let me complete it quick fast. Okay, so we are ready and the initial stage of PiXEN OS looks something like this. And next what comes in notice is this wallpaper. This minimal looking wallpaper is actually semi-live wallpaper. This ROM actually contains a bunch of semi-live wallpapers. As you can see, you just have to head to Come Alive category section, and wallpaper in this section are completely semi-live wallpapers. These wallpapers actually respond with your phone gyroscope sensor. When you will tilt your phone, you will see objects moving around the wallpaper. Okay, next let's head back to its about phone section and see what's technical inside. And next, some technical info about this ROM. As you can see, the Android version is 10. The ROM is based on Android 10 and you will see that Android security patch level is updated to June 5, 2020, which is the latest one. Next, about the kernel version, as you can see, the kernel is packed with R297 kernel. And next, as you can see, the kernel Linux upstreaming is up to 4.9.226, which is quite bit outdated because the latest one is 4.9.228. Next, while exploring this ROM, you will notice one more thing is that the default navigation style is actually gesture navigation. As you can see, this complete ROM walks within the gesture navigation style. And next thing which you will notice is that this ROM has already active with double tap off and double tap on. Next, let's see which features are included with this ROM. Just head to settings and scroll down and you will see the personalization setting. Just click on it and you will see a bunch of features are already included with this ROM. As you can see, you can customize many of your things like status bar, quick settings, buttons and gaming mode, navigation bar and whatnot. And yes, some features are also inspired from Oxygen OS. And next, in the lock screen settings, you can also customize your lock screen shortcuts like this. Next thing which I have noticed in this ROM is that this ROM is pre-activated with some power hungry features, which includes wave to wake up and double tap to wake up features. So make sure to turn them off if you don't use these features. Next, let's head back to ROM's quick settings. Here you will see quite a bunch of features which also include a screen recorder. This screen recorder can record up to ultra 4K resolution, and yes, with a bitrate of 24 MB per second, with a screen refresh rate up to 60 FPS. And yes, this screen recorder also includes record audio source from internal audio along with microphone. Next, let's head back to quick settings again. You will see another option called as reading mode. When you turn this feature on, it will turn your whole display into grayish white, which is quite a bit helpful while reading text objects on your phone. Along with the quick tasks, we can see one more intelligent feature which is called DC dimming. This feature, DC dimming, is originally of OnePlus devices. DC dimming actually reduces the power consumption used by your display by manipulating the DC current. Okay, next let's see how the CPU and GPU performs within the ROM. So I have used Geekbench 5 for calculating the scores. As you can see, the single core is 519 and the multi-core performance is 2254. So in this ROM, the CPU is performing amazingly well. And I have also tried playing PUBG, and I can assure you while playing the game, I haven't felt any kind of lags or FPS drops, even playing for longer durations. Next, if you're more into technical stuff, let me show you the frequencies which the ROM is running on. As you can see, the CPU is clocked up to 2800 MHz. As you can see, the maximum is up to 2800, and this is the maximum frequency as in the stock values. Next, let's talk about the GPU. As you can see, the current frequency is clocked at 257 MHz, which is the stock value, and the maximum frequency which your GPU can perform up to is 710 MHz. Next, this ROM also comes with latest Vulkan drivers, which is 464 upstreamed. Next, as I have already mentioned, this ROM comes with RT97 kernel. RT97 kernel is one of the most intelligent kernels which I have ever seen available for our Poco F1. Next, about the safety net profile of this ROM, as you can see, both profiles are false, which means this ROM does not pass the safety net check. So if you want to use banking apps with this ROM, then first you have to patch the safety net profiles, both CTS profile and basic interface profile, and make them true first. How to do that? Well, I have already made a separate video on that topic. You may check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Next, if you want to know, this ROM does comes with Face IR unlock. At last, let's talk about the topic of which more people are conscious about, which is the charging speeds about the ROM. So I'm using AccuBattery for calculating the charging current. So these are the results, and yes, this ROM supports fast charging. The ROM charging speed values are clocked up to 3000 mAh, which can be achieved by not using the phone while charging. It can charge your phone between 26 and 2800 mAh. These speeds are constant, and yes, it can charge your phone even your phone goes up to 40 degrees Celsius. Next, about the battery standby of this ROM. At first time usage of this ROM, you will notice some high battery drain while using the ROM, but don't discard this ROM for that, because every ROM settles down gradually. Just keep using this ROM. Once the ROM settles down, it can provide you a decent battery life. One more thing, while playing PUBG, your phone might rise up to temperature up to 44 degrees Celsius. So if you're a gamer and you do not want any kind of negotiations with your gameplay, then you have to compromise with this temperature, because this ROM is really good for gaming. Okay, this is it at last about the bugs. While using this ROM, I have encountered a bug, which is if you turn on any of the AMOLED settings in this ROM, there is a chance of your phone might get stuck on the lock screen. To counter this problem, you have to force reboot your phone. So it's better to keep the AMOLED settings turned off. Okay, at the end of the video, as I've already mentioned regarding the controversy about this ROM, is that PiXEN OS version 2 has been taken down by the developers itself, because the kernel which has been packed with this ROM, the RT97 kernel, is not available for free use. The developer of RT97 kernel does not allow free usage of his kernel, because as he claimed, this kernel is only for paid users. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so if you like my vlog, if you appreciate my vlog, then please do give it a like to the video. And next, अगर आप लोग नए हैं, then do subscribe my channel. मतलब कर लो यार, करीब की दुआ लगेगी. मिलते हैं आपको अगली वीडियो में. Take care. Goodbye.